Hey, Shalom, Shalom family. Shalom family, and welcome again to another Truth Tuesday. We will bring you the truth of the Holy Scriptures according to what the Holy Scriptures say. Real quick, family, we want to share this video with you guys from a sponsor, which is Yashrala's very own. We have our own board game now, Yashrala. And this board game right here, we highly recommend it. I've played it before, like I said before in the past. I've played it before, and it's a very fun game, and it really does test your knowledge to see if you really are studying your Bible and remember these precepts. So, without me talking, I'm gonna let the video speak for itself, Yashrala.
Call your family, call your friends. It's time to play the game, The Truth of Yah. Learning the Bible has never been more engaging. The game that's guaranteed to increase your biblical knowledge, renew minds, and save lives. Grab your Bible and don't forget your Apocrypha. Loads of fun for everyone. The Truth of Yah board game helps build up the poor in spirit, build character, gain wisdom, show what you know, or find out what you didn't know. Gain confidence. Line upon line, precept upon precept, make the truth of Yah a part of your home today. Come on, what are you waiting for? Join the fun today.
Yeah, we're gonna play that again, family, because I had that middle thing in the middle of the video. So sorry about that. We're gonna play it again one more time. I even like the song of this game. I'm not even gonna front. That song is fire. It shows you how much flavor and salt Israel has.
That's right.
Call your family, call your friends. It's time to play the game, The Truth of Yah. Learning the Bible has never been more engaging. The game that's guaranteed to increase your biblical knowledge, renew minds, and save lives. Grab your Bible and don't forget your Apocrypha. Loads of fun for everyone. The Truth of Yah board game helps build up the poor in spirit, build character, gain wisdom, show what you know, or find out what you didn't know. Gain confidence. Line upon line, precept upon precept, make the truth of Yah a part of your home today. Come on, what are you waiting for? Join the fun today.
God, there
That's
you have
right.
it.
Hey,
Go
that's
ahead.
www.truthofyah, all right, .com. Okay, y'all go get that thing. Okay, all right, go get that thing. All right, show love. All right, to Israelite businesses. That's what we're doing. Okay, and if you would like Sons of Thunder Israelites to sponsor you, okay, send us an email at Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com. Okay, and we'll go ahead and sponsor your product on all of our classes. Okay, you let us know how you want that thing done. Okay, and we'll do that thing for you. Okay, we all about building over here. Go ahead, King.
Can't the water out of one. And hey, like I one said, man, go support Israelite businesses. That game is fire. I highly recommend it. And it's made by Israel. Like the old brand Fubu for us, by us.
Right. Hey, Salakia. Hey,
Go
we
ahead.
got this. We got this right here as well.
God.
This game right here is a card game. Whoa, it's like Uno too, man. So get y'all a spiritual Uno for real. That hey, these games right here get you sharp.
That's right.
You a little dull with the scriptures. You're sort of a little dull. You don't got a lot of precepts in your Bible. Instead of the game will get you sharp. The game will get you sharp.
All praises.
Hey, I see you had to cop yours, Adonai.
Yeah.
Adonai my account, you had to cop yours.
Hey, God, King. God, King.
All praises. Hey, family. First and foremost, we want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. We want to thank all of you again for joining us another Truth Tuesday. Before we get started, I want to give everybody a shout out. Everybody that's joining us tonight. I'm gonna start out with Emma Dennis, Shalom, beloved brother Prospect Trade Lindsay, Shalom, King, the water for joining us. our beloved, humble, beautiful sister, Joan Gilchrist. Shalom, sister Tawar.
Shalom. Shalom.
Always a pleasure to see you. Tony Rebel, Shalom, mighty man.
Shalom.
Right there. Sorry, your ball, the loud trumpet, Shalom, King.
Shalom, King.
Mighty brother right there from the Alabama camp. Mellow Israel, Shalom, beloved.
Shalom.
Josiah, Shalom, King.
Shalom.
Mighty brother John Allen, this brother Diligent. I always see this brother on the supporting us. Shalom, King.
Shalom.
ST Solar, man, I always mess up this brother's name. Yakira, Shalom, King.
Shalom.
Soldier right there in ATL, putting in that work. Prospect Isaiah, Shalom, mighty man. The water for join us. Soldier Sanctuary, that's right. Shalom to the 12. Shalom, beloved. Kadar Aharon, Shalom, mighty man. Good to see you, King. Always a pleasure. Soldier Wes Windsor, this is my brother right here, man. I seen this brother out there reading what Captain Araya out there in DC area. Shalom, mighty man. Keep doing that work. King. My mighty brother, my mighty Ottawa captain is Raya out there from Alabama. Shalom, mighty man. And the most excellent Theophilus, Shalom, King.
Shalom.
As the book of Luke 1 and 3 tells us, most excellent. Also the book of Acts, Shalom, King. The water for joining us. Khan. Lit Earl, Shalom, King Khan. All praises. Malak Ken, King Ken, Shalom, mighty man Khan. Shalom to the saints scattered abroad. Tanaya Yashra, Shalom, family, Shalom. And again, the water for everybody's gonna join us. Everybody that might watch this lesson a little bit later. When you have some free time, when you have some time to give to the Lord, you know, after you get done doing your daily duties with the kids, job, all that extra stuff, you know. You have a little bit of hours to spare, a couple minutes even to hear a couple of the precepts we're going to be bringing out. You know, so again, as you guys know, this is Sons of Thunder Israelites is a school where we teach the Bible, the Holy Scriptures to our beloved people, which are the 12 tribes scattered abroad. So don't forget, you know, use your Bible, highlight everything we bring out, write it down, because these are lessons you can be giving to your loved ones, to your young ones. Shalom, bully. Said Israel, Ariel, Shalom, mighty people. The water again for joining us. So, you're gonna need your pen, apocrypher, highlighters. You know, your KJV Bible, notebook, whatever you might use to be to be studious and to be a scholar of what you believe in. You know, I highly recommend to use pens. I mean, I use all that. I use notebooks like crazy. I got my pens all the time with me. Like I'm like when I say bring that out, because that's actually what I'm doing.
That's right.
You know, I actually do all that stuff. That's how I become student. That's how I learn how to teach the scriptures. So, lesson of this class is being a leader. You know, this title is something that I think that we really got to focus on, because one thing that I want to say last year, our elder y'all will all. I want to say I even have the notes for that. It was back in it was a new moon lesson, the 5th month. I want to say the month of Ab, AB. That's I think that's how you say it. The 5th month. The 5th month is AB. You know, the other one had a real important lesson. He was teaching that new moon lesson. And, you know, he was saying how Sons of Thunder Israelites, we are community activists. When you're community activist, you're a leader of your community, of your neighborhood.
Right.
You're considering yourself a leader because you are a leader. Especially when you come into the truth, especially us men, we're leaders. The women, you're leaders also. You know, and this lesson it's a very important one. Almost every lesson, everything that has to do with the Bible is important. Period. You know, even if I'll be watching brothers out, they probably have 1 or 2 viewers, and I watch them. They don't even know I'm watching them. I just watch and listen to them at work. You know, because they are bringing up the precepts, and sometimes I like the way some brothers bring it out. You know, they might add a different flavor to it. You know, I think we are sure Allah, we have different flavors. We have different ways of seasoning the way we bring out this truth. You know, so you know, this title I'm gonna make this a collection of classes. Not, of course, not back to back, but throughout, you know, as the lessons come out. Because being a leader is something we really got to focus on. Because guess what now that you're calling yourself an Israelite, now that you're wearing your fringes, you're wearing your dress, you're wearing your head wrap, you know, guess what? Now you're a leader. Now people are looking at you different. And they're not looking at you. Some are looking at you different because you're an example, but some are looking at you because they want you to fall. Because guess what? If you fall, we all fall. It's like the example I always say with our beloved mighty forefather David. You know, David, when he numbered the people, guess what? He didn't fall. The whole nations fell. That's how just one of us mess up. If one of us mess up, guess what? We all get that those radio waves from you messing up or you just doing something out of turn. You know, so you gotta understand how to be a leader. Hey, shalom to my mighty brother Malakia. What's up? Shalom, hermano. Love seeing that brother, man.
Hey, Salakia. Before you dive into the lesson, hey, can we bring the feast day calendar? Can we talk about the feast day calendar first? Okay. Hey, what I'm gonna do is allow the people, if they want, to screenshot the calendar. All right, and then we can talk about, all right, the calendar. Okay. All right.
Let's do it.
So, folks, hey, we're gonna go ahead and pull the calendar up. You can screenshot this calendar, okay, or you can email us at sonsofthunderisraelites@gmail.com, and we can send you a copy. Okay, those for the the people that are challenged by computers like myself. All right, so go ahead and take a look at this thing. All right, Khan. All right. Hey, coming up here, we got the new moon. All right, the new moon. Salakia, we got the new moon 12th month. Okay. The new moon 12th month will be February the 19th at evening. All right. February the 19th at evening. If you want to gather with the Sons of Thunder Israelites, okay, in Atlanta, Georgia, send us an email at sonsofthunderisraelites@gmail.com. All right. Let us know how many people you're going to bring with you. That way we can accommodate you, Khan. Okay. Following that, we got the new moon first month, which will be March the 21st at evening. Okay. And then we've got the Salakia, a backtracking. We've got the destruction of Nicanor, March the 3rd, all right, at evening. March the 3rd at evening. Not sure if we're going to gather, all right, for the Feast of Nicanor, but we will bring a lesson to you. But the day afterwards, all right, on March the 4th at evening, we'll have the Feast of Purim, all right, the Feast of Purim. This is a very special feast, dear brothers and sisters, okay? Come out, learn about it, okay? We like to give gifts on the days of Purim as well, okay? You go into the scriptures, you learn, all right, that we got a feast day, all right, where we give gifts between one another, and that's the Feast of Purim, all right? So the children can get excited about that thing. April the 3rd, April the 3rd at evening will be the beginning of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is the Passover. Okay, I'm going to say that again. April the 3rd at evening will be the beginning of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is the Passover. And Sons of Thunder will carry the Feast of Unleavened Bread until the 10th. All right, until the 10th of April at evening. Khan, okay? So you brothers and sisters, y'all send us an email if you want to gather with the Sons of Thunder Israelites in Atlanta, Georgia for the Passover. All right. April the 3rd at evening. Okay. We've already started putting out on our platforms. Our color pattern for the Passover will be red, gold, and cream. I'm going to say that again. Red, gold, and cream. That's going to be our color pattern. All right. If you want to gather with the Sons of Thunder Israelites for the Passover, let us know how many people you're going to bring with you. All right, we'll give you a little bit more details as time persists on the cost, okay, per individual and family. All right, a little bit later, we'll be bringing that information to you. All right, go ahead, Derek King.
Khan, to water for that one. So, Khan, going back to lesson, being a leader. This is very important. Like I was saying earlier, like these are precepts. These are things we have to really study ourselves, and especially teach our little ones, teach the new men that are coming to this truth. At first I was saying, this class is mostly, I'm gonna make this class for men, and make a class for women, which I still want to do. Well, I want to make a leader lesson for the women. But you know what? This lesson is for the sisters too, because sisters might have a young man, a couple young boys they might have to teach, because that's the job as a leader of the sisters. They got to teach the young men. They might not have a man that's in the truth. They might not have a man in the household. So guess what? They got to teach these young men this, because these young men are wearing fringes, and guess what? Now they're becoming leaders slowly. Just by you wearing fringes, you're already a leader. They're already looking at you different. So these are just principles, that we have to understand what it means to be a leader and what to do. So I want to get into a very important scripture, and I'm gonna go to Joshua 1:9 first. Let's get that out. Joshua 1:9 first.
Done.
Come. This is the book of Joshua, chapter 1, and verse 9. It reads, Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest.
So, you being a leader, you cannot be scared, afraid of anything. You cannot be afraid of letting people know you're an Israelite. Does that mean you got to go to your job and tell people I'm an Israelite? Don't tell me about nothing about no pork. I'm pretty sure they could already tell you the way you're moving, the way you're talking. They're not gonna be messing with that kind of stuff. But you gotta remember this: don't be scared of nothing. Everything you do, you gotta do with authority. The Most High gonna be with you everywhere you go. Why was the Most High with Joshua? Because Joshua obeyed. Joshua was the leader of Yasharallah. Moses left them with that charge. Moses couldn't make it to the promised land because, of course, us being wicked. But yet Joshua went into the promised land, and he knew everything he did was going to be the right way, right? Because Yahweh was with him. So you being a leader, you got to understand that once you're a leader, you can't be scared of nothing. You can't be scared of going out there and teaching. You can't be scared of tying your job. You know what? I can't work this weekend. Or now, don't be scared. Have faith that you could get another job so you could do the work of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Because it's one thing about a lot us Israelites. When a Christian comes up to us, that all you need is faith. What do we hit them with? James chapter 2, right? We get into how you need faith and works. Okay, that's cool. You cut a Christian, but you're actually cutting yourself, because are you doing the works? Are you actually being that leader you're trying to be? Because once you start teaching the scriptures according to what the Bible says, guess what? Now you're putting yourself in this level of a leader. So don't you use the Bible to cut somebody? How about you actually live that life to show and prove? Hey, look, this is how I prove. This is how I show my faith through my works. Not just by cutting them. That's what Joshua was doing. What was works? He trusted in everything the Most High said, and he continued to guide his people. He was a leader for his people. Because another thing too that I've been seeing a lot, and I don't even want to say I don't even want to say it like that. I kind of take it back. What I've been seeing is a lot of these diss records. What do I mean by diss records? I feel like right now we're in a stage where it's cool to go back and forth with Yasharallah. It's cool to throw slides at each other. It's cool to throw subliminals at each other. That's not being a leader. That's you being worldly as hell. And I actually want to make a lesson. I was actually going to make this lesson about that. Diss tracks, diss records. Because I'm like, man, what is going on with this? Like, we're supposed to be leaders. Like, right now, I feel like a lot of us are becoming Christians again. Christians in what way? What does a Christian say? A Christian was never going to do no works. You know what a Christian says? A Christian says, Jesus, take the wheel. Some Israelites are starting to think like that. They're starting to think like, whoa, I don't got to worry about no damn wilderness. I don't got to worry about none of that stuff. Just just listen to the scriptures, and that's it. If you don't like it, that's up to you. Just reprove, rebuke. Of course, we're supposed to do all that. The whole Bible's all about reproving and rebuking. But come on, we still got to do this work. We still got to teach our people. We still got to teach the ones that are low in spirit. The ones that are trying to get it, but they can't let go of that demon. Remember, I'm gonna say this real quick before I get into more scriptures, but one thing about a spirit, about a demon, his job is to destroy you. For example, when Yahweh took those spirits out of that man that was running towards him, he threw them into pigs. Now, when people read that, they read about, oh yeah, Yahweh threw them to those pigs. But where do those pigs run to? They ran to the water because their job is to destroy. Their job is to destroy. So we got to get rid of those spirits. When we're leaders, we can't just be worried about just this saying, "Oh, you're gonna be destroyed." If you feel like they're gonna be destroyed, how about you teach them so they won't be destroyed? What is Sons of Thunder's one of the main scriptures we always go to? Let's get that real quick. Let's get that Romans 10:1. Just so that the people can understand what I'm trying to say with all that.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 10 and verse 1. And it reads, "Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved."
Look what Paul said. He said that his prayer for Israel to be saved. He did not say my camp. He did not say just the people that I like being around with. No, Israel, the 12 tribes.
That's
We're
right.
as a sand of the sea. You're supposed to pray that all of us make it. Of course, we know some people are going to be nuke food. We understand that. But that's not our goal. Our goal is not to be saying that, "Oh, you guys are all going to die. You guys are all going to be destroyed." Just because you don't teach what I teach. Just because I found something deep in the scriptures. I'm not like, man, we're all trying to make our calling and elect. It's like our elect. I'm messing this up. Our calling and elect, sure. We're all trying to do that. You know, just because I'm over here teaching or wearing my fringes or doing the work, as you know, as we say, does that mean I'm already guaranteed a first class ticket to heaven? Of course, to promised land. I still got to keep on looking every single day to become better, to be a leader to my people, so all Israel can be saved. Let's go to the book of Exodus out of 19 and 16.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 19 and verse 16. It reads, "And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunderings, so like there were thunders and lightnings and thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled.
Can I go ahead, other one?
And Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with God. And they stood at the nether part of the mountain.
Can I go ahead, other one?
And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire, and the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mound quaked greatly."
God, this wasn't the precept I was looking for, but you know, this right here, I know I brought it out because you know the whole people went out there to see what the Most High was doing with Moses. The whole nation went out there to see what the Most High was doing with Moses. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to gather the people and see the work that the Most High is saying, prophesy what the Most High says and do, and do unto us if we listen or we disobey. That's the whole point I brought this out. Okay, let's go to where's it at? Let's go to Deuteronomy 1 and 13. Deuteronomy 1 and 13.
It's the book of Deuteronomy. Oh, Salaki. Yeah, Deuteronomy 1 and 13. And it reads, "Take you wise men and understand and know among your tribes, and I will make them rulers over you."
Because we're supposed to take wise men out of our tribes, people that understand. What does that mean to that understand? Men that could take correction,
Right.
men that can teach, men that are going to be examples. Everything the Bible says a righteous man is supposed to be. That's what Moses is saying. That's what Moses is telling Moses. Take these men out of your tribes. Isn't that what we try to do? We try when we show the 12 tribe chart. People want to say our 12 chart is not important. Then how are you going to get these men out of the tribes to go and teach people, to go and be leaders? How are you going to do that?
Teach out.
You know, we really got to think about it. We got to make one thing about, you know, that I was thinking about earlier today was this. You know, maybe some people do not enjoy the Bible because, you know, we gotta paint a picture for Yashrala. When you go teach on the street, you know, the reason why people stay stuck to our teachings, to any brother out to teach, any brother in any camp teaching out there in the streets, because they paint a picture for them. You know, they paint a picture from, hey, you know, you came from this, you're going through this because of that, and this is what's going to happen if you obey the Most High. You know, it's another thing I always say. One thing we do is we give people hope. Because what the Bible is hope. We give them hope. These atheists, these damn other religions, they don't give people no hope. We give them hope. All you got to do is, and it's not hard. All you got to do is listen to the Most High. That's what a leader does. A leader gives somebody hope. because we're looking for the same hope also. It says, and I will make them rulers over you. So these people are going to be rulers. These men, leaders, got to be rulers over the people. We have to be the example. You as a leader, you have to be the example. That's the best way you're going to teach somebody, by being the example. You just can't tell your parents, walk in there and tell them, hey, stop doing this, stop doing that, because the Most High is going to destroy you. The Most High is going to kill you. The best we can teach somebody is by example. They got to see you walking that walk. Then they start looking up to you in a righteous way. They start giving you praises, but in a righteous way, not in a way where they're putting you above the Most High, putting you above your Yahushai, or even above the prophets or the apostles. They're starting to praise you because you know what? They're starting to see, you know what? The Bible's living through him. He's an example. He's a true leader. Let's go to Malachi 2:7, another one.
Hey, Salakia.
Another one. Bring it out, one.
It's Deuteronomy 1 and verse 14. And he answered me and said, the thing which thou hast spoken is good for us to do. So I took the chief of your tribes, wise men, and known, and made them heads over you, captains over thousands, captains over hundreds, over 50, and captains over 10, and officers among your tribe. Right? And I charge your judges at the time, saying, hear the cause between your brethren, and judge righteously between every man and his brother, and the stranger that is within them. The reason why I wanted to bring out the rest of this is they seen that this counsel was good, right? To take men, wise men, people that are known leaders, right? And put them above the people, put them in positions of a judge, right? And what has to be the mindset of these judges is to judge right judgment, hear the matter and the problems of their people, right? Because it just said in verse 16, the cause between your brothers and judge righteously. When you hearing the cause between your brother, what you're doing is attending your ear to their problems and their situation. We need leaders out here that care about their situation. Right. I don't know if any of y'all on here seen a little clip of the elder. I don't want y'all were all talking to dang on Whack 100, right? I don't know if y'all heard the little clip that he got on the Instagram. If y'all want to see that full video, y'all go on the Patreon. But y'all listen to that clip. The Adawan is telling him, he's like, hey, your women are whores in the street. Your brothers, your young men, they want to sell drugs and kill each other, right? And what Whack 100 say? I don't care, right? I don't care, right? Because they not benefiting him or him. That is not one of your leaders. Quite frank and quite blunt. That's not your leader, right? What our community needs is men that cares about their condition, cares about them not being able to put food in their refrigerator, right? Care about their kids not getting the right education. Care about the kids' teachers in the school. This is what we need, men that care about their people's situation. And that's the men that the Lord put in place, right? How you?
That's right, Adawan. That's right, Adawan. That's so true. And just, you know, and I've been thinking about that, how the elder, you know, was going at it with that damn demon. I said demon because he has a demon in him. That brother can change if he wants to change.
That's right.
He could change, you know, but he has to put in the effort. He has to put in the work, you know, because that's another thing too that I wanted to say real quick. A lot of people want to see our elder Yahweh all fall. They want to see Gorilla Hebrew fall. They want to see Captain Tazariak fall. Why? Because they know those are strong leaders in this nation.
That's right.
Are they perfect? No man is perfect, but we are trying to be perfect according to the scriptures, because the law is perfect and we're trying our best every day to be perfect. You know, but the scripture I wanted to go to, I don't know, was Exodus 19:6. Exodus 19:6.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 19, and verse 6. And it reads, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
That's the most like commanding. You're supposed to be a kingdom of priests. Every brother that's saying they're Israelites that are learning this Bible, you're supposed to be a kingdom of priests. That means the whole nation has to be, the men, of course, got to be kingdom of priests. And we're gonna go right now to what is the priest supposed to do? But we're supposed to be an holy nation, a holy nation set apart. But
That's
that
right.
holy nation has to be taught how to be holy. But you need strong leaders. You need priests to go out there and teach, to be the example. Yahushua was a perfect example of a leader. There's a reason why Yahushua, they wanted to kill him every day, because he was being a leader that they didn't want, a righteous leader. Not a leader for money, not a leader just to look fancy out there, as some of the Pharisees were, as some of these pastors are. Like Yahushua was a leader that they didn't like because he was doing everything according to what the Most High said, according to what the Old Testament says. Let's find out what a priest is supposed to do. Go to Malachi 2:7. Oh, shout out on you.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 2 and verse 7. And it reads, "For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth. For he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts."
So this is supposed to be a nation of, a kingdom of priests. So what is the priest supposed to be saying? The law. So we're supposed to be able to teaching the law. That's when you become a priest. Nowadays, who are these priests? Who's taking the title as priest? These damn pedophile, damn Catholic, damn demons. They're the ones that took in that righteous name and they're using it now. That's why a lot of brothers don't even want to use that word priest, because it goes back to that disgusting stuff. When do they teach the Bible? When did they teach the law? Out of their lips, the law never comes out of it. They'll tell you the law's done away with. But the priest is the messenger of the Most High. When you see these priests out there teaching in the streets, which are the Israelites, which are the saints, guess what? They are the messengers of the Most High.
Hey,
No, brother. Go ahead, one.
Hey, I got a precept, man, to add to what you're talking about. The
Bring it
book
out.
of Isaiah, chapter 30, okay, in verse 20, okay, all right, because just like the brothers bringing out, all right, you have, a bunch of, Christian pastors, you got Catholic priests, you got the imams, all right, you got all of these people who have been set up to deceive the nation of Israel, okay, but the Most High is overpowering this unrighteous affair that's going on. Okay, he's overpowering this thing. All right, and the prophecy told us in the book of Isaiah that this is going to happen. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 20. "And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore." All right, so we're going to struggle. The Most High blinded our eyes. He threw us in a funk. He set curses upon our people, okay? And we fell up under the hands and the feet of our enemy. But now we're waking up to this truth, okay? And your real teachers are being brought forth into the light. Khan, okay? It reads, "But thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand and when ye turn to the left." This is why you hear the men of the Lord telling you that the laws, the statutes, and commandments are the way. This is the prophecy right here. Okay, in the land of your captivities, the laws, statutes, and commandments is the way. As I was listening to the interview with Elder Yahweh All in Back 100, I was thinking, Adawan and the brothers on the panel, they had to deal with this cat in a simple way. You just couldn't deal with him as a simple scoffer. I talked to Adawan this past weekend at camp, and he was telling me this is the most carnal dude I ever talked to in my life. Damn. Okay, the brother is infused with legions of demons, man. Okay, and there's no way to talk, all right, to this brother direct. So his head needed to be hard against this brother's forehead, so some sort of message can come through. Khan, all right. All right. So when you go and you look at that clip, it's a very carnal conversation. Okay, it's a carnal conversation with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay, but you'll see how the elder is displaying patience. All right, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. all right, to try to get this brother to understand that our way, all right, is the righteous path. All right, your way is the unrighteous path. Okay, and
That's
this
right.
is what's coming to the forelight. You see darkness, okay, versus evil. You see, I mean, darkness versus light. Salakia. You see darkness versus light. Okay, and that's what's going on, man. It's a spiritual battle. Hey, go ahead, King.
That's right, Adawan. That is so true right there. You know, I was seeing this camp video from this other camp, and they were saying how a scoffers ain't stupid. Scoffers know what they're doing. They know what they're doing when they scoff. They look for the. If you look at some of the Thunder Israelites, any of their camp videos, you see how the scoffers, if they can't get to the teacher, which is the one leading the lesson, they're gonna go to the readers. They're gonna go to the men that are holding post. They're not stupid. What they're looking for the emotional brother. That's what they're looking for. They're looking to see who's gonna assault them or who's gonna cuss them out to their face. A leader is not gonna get emotional. A leader is gonna go back and forth with them, like the Adawan did. But the Adawan ain't gonna be saying some stupid stuff like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to LA and go shoot you down." Some stupid bugged out stuff that they would say back. You know, but a scoffer ain't stupid. And the brother was saying in that camp, and the scoffers are like, "I'm gonna get you guys removed. I'm gonna get you guys removed off the block. I already know how to do it."
Right.
And his brother, I was hearing him, and he said, "How you gonna do that?" He's like, "That guy's emotional right there." So that scoffer started calling that brother names. That brother was not a leader. What that brother do? That brother took off his jacket and wanted to fight. He was not built up to be a leader yet. He got too emotional by a scoffer. You know, that's one thing you gotta be in this truth. You gotta have tough skin. You gotta have tough skin as a leader, because guess what? They're gonna make videos about you. They're gonna say you're gonna get destroyed. They're gonna say you're not an Israelite. You know, I like one thing Captain Katazar said when they were calling him a white boy. I've been called an Edomite to my face in camp. I've been called all that, you know.
At
I'm
feast
a
day.
first, you know, I've been called all that. And you know one mighty thing that Captain Katazar said? You know I'm not white, because if I was white, you would not be talking to me like that.
Mhm.
It's so true. You know, Jake does not have the testosterone, the testosterone to go and tell it to an Edomite. They only got that testosterone to tell it to their own brother.
Teach out.
That's
You
real.
know,
That's
you know,
real.
so you got to be a leader and not let these demons get to you. So, you know, being a leader, of course, you got to have integrity. What does integrity mean? The quality of being honest and having strong and moral principles. You know, that's what integrity means. You got to be honest. You got to be somebody can go to. You know, I got a secret. Check this out. Not a secret, but just I'm going through a hard time, you know. Hey, I'm going through this, you know, and whatever the case might be, you know who to go to because you trust your leaders. It's like me. Right now I'm teaching. If I slip and fall in this lesson, I know my Adawanyam, I trust them as they're being the leadership over me in this camp, that they're going to pick up wherever I'm leaving off at. Whatever I'm leaving on the table, they're going to go and bring it out. I know that because there's leadership in this camp. You know, everything has to have structure. And a lot of people say this, I don't need nobody to teach me. They already call themselves leaders. But everybody in the Bible was taught. Even Paul. People look at Paul like if he was just a regular brother. No, man, Paul was the top of the top scholars. He grew up in this since he was a little kid. You know, but he was still taught by Yahushua because he did not understand the real spirit of the Bible. The real spirit of loving your brother, of loving your neighbor, of trying to seal the elect, of trying to, you know, bring back together the children of Israel. How you gonna try to get the kingdom without the Israelites when you try to kill all of them?
Right.
Some of these brothers do that. Some of these brothers say, "Are you gonna be destroyed because you don't teach what I teach?" Now, when I look at those brothers, I'm like, man, this is not a leader. This is not somebody you want in the wilderness with you. And the sad thing about it, you know, I don't even want to be like them and be carnal and say they're not gonna be in the wilderness. But the way you're going, like, you cannot be a leader. Because all you're thinking about is just kill, and man, nobody's ready for none of that. That's up to Yahushua. Yahushua. Let's go to Sirach 10:1. I don't want.
Hey,
Go ahead.
somebody, can we go there? Can I go to the account in Acts chapter 8? Acts chapter 8, 27. Because the captain's bringing out is that, hey, everybody must be taught. Okay? And there's a lot of brothers, you know, who's in the truth. Hey, they say that they didn't learn the truth, all right, by watching camps. Okay? You know, because a lot of brothers are like to say, hey, you learn the truth, you know, from One West. You brothers that's hating on One West. You got a lot of brothers that say, you know what I mean, that the Most High put the Spirit on them to understand these scriptures. Okay, but you still have to be taught. Okay, you know, you may get some milk, but you got to be taught by learned men in order to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay, all right. So the book of Acts, chapter 8, verse 27, and it reads, "And he arose and went, and behold, a man of Ethiopia, a eunuch of great authority under Candace, queen of the Ethiopians, who had the charge for all her treasure, and had come to Jerusalem for to worship. He was returning and sitting in his chariot, read Isaiah the prophet. Then the Spirit said unto Philip, Go near and join thyself to this chariot. And Philip ran thither to him. And he heard him read the prophet Isaiah, and said, Understand thou what thou readest? And he said, How can I, except some man shall guide me? Okay. So the brother, all right, reading the scriptures, understood that he may have been receiving a little bit of milk, but he needed a man to guide him, all right, to help him out with the meat, all right, to help him navigate through these scriptures. Okay, that's why you got men, leaders like the brothers bringing out, set up, okay, to help you understand these things. Okay, all right, that's why when you go into the book of Nehemiah, chapter 8, okay, in verse 8, you got a lot of people who know they're Hebrew Israelites, but when they come out to camp, when they come out to them street corners, they receive the sense, okay, that's given by the men of the Lord. Okay, the scripture says that they gave the people the sense of the Bible. Khan, okay, you can't do anything by yourself. Go ahead, King.
It's a Lakia. Just
ahead,
add on, just harp on to that point. People, just like Adawan, y'all were always saying, imagine you Issacharite brothers out there, or you fair-skinned brothers out there, somebody dang on calling you an Edomite, right? Calling you all types of things under the sun, but a child of God. How you gonna handle that? You posing yourself to be a leader, and you got women coming out scoffing you, telling you were just a slave to your lust. You don't know, you don't really know about polygamy. You just want multiple wives. You just want to lay down with multiple. How are you going to handle that as a baby? You just came in the truth, and now you set yourself up as a leader. You ain't seen how Zabak handled that situation before, nor did you sit down and listen to it. You didn't see how Captain Tazariak handled that. You didn't see how Katazar handled that situation. You didn't see how y'all will all handle those situations when a person comes at them with all types of accusations, false accusations. You don't know you haven't weathered nor did the work. You haven't labored for that. Before you were a great man, you gotta learn something first. Before you look, you're not gonna go into Esau institutions and just walk in there with a GED and say, I want to teach your classes. You're not about to do that. Because everybody has sense and know you got to learn first before you walk outside and become a leader. You got to sit down and you got to study before you become a leader. You're not just about to be the head guy. You understand what the Lord was doing with Moses before the sons of Korah came and told him, hey, you take too much on yourself. The Lord was dealing with Moses, man. The Lord was dealing with Moses on a whole nother level, right? And set him up as the man of God to teach his people. So that what? He teaching Joshua, the son of Nun. Joshua, the son of Nun, come out. And now he leading because he understood what the Lord has set up. Man of the Lord, student. I'm going to learn from him. He's obviously touched by the Most High. That's why you got Elijah. And guess what? Who came after Elijah? Elisha. Elijah split a sea. And then Elisha came through and did the same thing, man.
Hey, that's right.
That's mighty right there.
He sat there and he learned. He sat there and he studied. You got to be the same. Paul sat at the feet of Gamaliel. Some of y'all is too proud to do that. But you want a congregation. Sit at the feet of somebody. You want a dang on congregation. You want everybody to come up to you and call you Adawan, right? You want them to call you Kahan, right? You want them to walk up and be at your feet. But you ain't even learned the damn thing. You're not even seasoned. These men of the Lord that set up before me, I respect them because they cared about their people before I did. And they went through many battles, man. And look, hey, that is a powerful point right there. Elijah had the double portion of Elijah's spirit, right? He waited for his time. He didn't damn go and say, oh, Elijah, let me call fire from heaven. Let me do it. He didn't do that.
Right.
He wasn't dang on behind the scenes murmuring, who you think he is trying to call fire from heaven? Who he think he is? I'm an Israelite too. I'm chosen of God too. I've been walking. I seen how he do it. Let me do it. He ain't do that. He waited for his turn. That's all I want y'all to understand. Because they just want to pop out an instant elder. They go to the microwave, right? They go to when I'm saying the microwave, I'm talking about they studies. They study, grab the Bible and they press start. And you press start on the microwave, it's 30 seconds. Right? And they pop out. I'm an elder. I'll pop out. I'm about to confound him. Right? And that's not good, man. That's not good.
Right out.
Hey, that's right. I don't want. Hey, even the scripture here, I don't want brought out. Look, the eunuch a eunuch of great authority. This eunuch wasn't a regular joke. This eunuch wasn't a regular nobody. He had great authority, and guess what? He went up to Philip, knowing, hey, this brother knows the scriptures. I want to go learn more of this.
That's real.
You know, you really got to humble yourself down. You know, you really got to be a student before you become a leader. You know, one thing about me, you know, when I was really learning this truth, you know, of course, you know, I heard Bishop Nathaniel say before, you know, I know a lot of you out there window shopping for a camp. You better study good before you actually go with somebody. And that's basically what I did. You know, of course, I grew up I grew up in this truth, watching these different camps, you know, but this camp right here, you know, I like the leadership in it. And when I say leadership, I like this from their law because I never seen a video of Sons of Thunder where they just make a video about a brother.
Right.
I've never seen that. That's true leadership right there. Because Yahushua never did that. Of course, he rebuked people. He'll check them, but he never just made it seem like, hey, that brother's gonna get destroyed. Because he said, I came for Israel. And of course, I'm paraphrasing Matthew 15:24. You know, and then of course, going back to what I want to make a lesson about, you know, diss records. You know, a leader is gonna get his respect by actually teaching the Bible and actually loving his people. Not just watching somebody's videos and making a video about their video.
Right.
He's looking for flaws. And then hiding behind it, rebuking. It's me calling out the false teachings. Nah, man, you guys had nothing to do. And you're trying to get, like they say, you're trying to get your clout off another man. Trying to get your clout off somebody's lessons. So the Thunder, I mean, if I wanted to, if of course I wouldn't do that because I wasn't taught like that in this camp to be like that and just talk bad about brothers. I wasn't taught that. You know, if I get a following, if our classes ever blow up to 1,000, 2,000 viewers, I'll praise to the Most High. You know, but it's gonna go that high by me putting in the work and people liking what we leader. I don't want you to like me just because I'm talking bad about a brother.
Teach up.
You know, we are not gonna do that. I am not gonna do that. I wasn't taught like that. I wasn't taught that in this camp to talk bad about a brother. Let's go to Sirach 10:1. I don't want you public shot.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, and verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
So a wise judge will instruct his people. A wise judge in the scriptures. You know, we're gonna get into the book a lot, but I always tell people this. You know, especially somebody that really wants to read the Bible that doesn't know nothing really about this Israelite, like they say, Israelite movement, but they don't know nothing about the true people of the Bible, which are the Israelites. I always tell them this. Okay, well, I'm not gonna tell them read the law because they're not here. They're not trying to hear any of that yet. It's too much. Believe it or not, the law is sometimes meat for some people.
Right.
Come on, when you bring out you can't eat pork, that's actually a meat scripture to a lot of our Christian brothers because they don't understand the spirit behind that. There's a spirit behind not eating that damn pork, which the first thing you're supposed to know is it's obeying the Most High. But even obeying the Most High is meat to them. They don't understand that. So I always tell people this: go into Proverbs. Start getting some wisdom. Because even in the book of Proverbs, even a regular damn heathen in the world can get something out of it. Because I'm not, if a heathen, I would tell heathen, don't try to teach my book, but if you want to go buy it, go ahead. You can find them on Amazon. Go ahead, learn something from it. Because guess what? That's our light, and guess what? We're supposed to be a light to you, damn demons. So you can stop destroying yourself. We're going to be the leaders of all this. Being the light is you being a leader. So you're supposed to be a wise judge, instructing the people. Can I continue on verse 2, other one?
Sirach 10:2. As the judge of the people, he is himself, so as officers.
So even as the judge of his people, we have to be the same. As us telling the people what to do, we got to do the same thing. Same thing as our officers. Is that right here in Sons of Thunder? The soldiers under us, which I'm always going to be a soldier. I'm always going to be a soldier of Yahushua. We're always going to be soldiers of Yahushua. Paul's a soldier of Yahushua. Guess what? We are too in Sons of Thunder. But the men under us, the prospects, guess what? We're supposed to be the example to them. I'm not gonna be here to tell them, hey, brother, you can't be dealing with these different kind of women and just sleeping with them just for the heck of it. And then I'm over here getting caught and some damn club over posted up with all these bunch of sisters full of hickeys doing who knows what.
Yeah.
What kind of example is that? The whole school's gonna go off. No, you're supposed to be a leader. That's why everything I do, everything I say, I really watch out what I say and do. I really watch out what I post because I understand I'm a leader now. I have men, I have sisters. I'm not saying I'm a big teacher in Israel. I'm not. I'm trying to get to that level. I can never be like our mighty, of course, like we're gonna keep on saying this. Our mighty elder Yahweh, the mighty captains you see in front of me. The mighty brothers like Deacon, Gorilla, Hassad. These mighty brothers. You know what I'm saying? I want to be like them. I wish I can be like them one day. I'm trying to. But I understand this. I'm always going to be a leader of my nation because I'm teaching this Bible and I believe this Bible now. So here's the way I am. I expect the men that are under me, which could be somebody that's barely watching this class is not even part of the camp. I would expect that man to be like that also. Don't be out here doing no demon stuff.
That's right.
Hey, my brother Kaya, man. Hey, the water. You being generous, King, the water.
Hey, man, telling the truth, man.
That's right.
I would say that about you, brothers, man. You brothers are mighty, man. I learn from these brothers, man, every day. Can I continue verse 2, other one?
Praise
all praise to the Most High. And that's the type of leader you need, man. One that's humble.
Mm-hmm. That's right, Up.
He didn't even take credit when other brothers was. Come on, y'all need to
right.
So that's a real leader right there. If y'all, I hope y'all was on that Friday class. Brotherhood is the final chamber, right? Because as soon as them sons of Korah came and was talking against Moses and Aaron, Moses and Aaron bowed their face down, man. They went to the earth, right? Humility.
Hey, I got a precept, Bob. Hey, let's go into Proverbs 27. Proverbs 27, verse 1. Okay. Hey, that's true what the brothers bringing out. That's a key attribute of a leader. All right. Go to Proverbs 27, verse 1.
It said, Proverbs 27:1, boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day might bring forth.
Read.
Let another man praise thee, and not thy mouth. A stranger, and not thine own lips.
That's right. Okay. So you're supposed to be humble, okay, and not boast in your own glory, okay? All right. Let another man praise you, okay? That's right. That's a very key attribute, all right, of being a leader, man. Okay. You don't want to have that LeBron James spirit, okay? You know what I mean? All right, and come and yourself the greatest, man. Okay, that's a little inside joke right there, man. All you LeBron lovers, man. You know what I mean? All right, the greatest, okay. Yes. The man praise you. Go ahead, King.
That's true. Other one. By the way, in basketball, MJ is the greatest. Period. Then Kobe, then LeBron. All right. Anyways, that's enough of that.
Right.
Go ahead, Other one.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 10, and verse 2. It says, "As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein."
So Everybody that's part of this nation, we're all supposed to be on one accord, which means we're supposed to be teaching the Bible and giving the people the sense of it, as Adawan brought out earlier in the book of Nehemiah. You cannot call yourself an Israelite and all you do is just teach yourself. You are not being a leader. You're not helping seal the elect. You're not helping bring the kingdom in faster. We all say we hate this damn place. I can't stand these devils. Well, do something about it. Let's get out of this. I want to say BITC. Let's get out of this BITC.
Right.
Let's get out of it.
Let's get out of here.
We gotta do the work. We gotta be leaders and do this work. You're building a house. You're building a house right now. Your house just tells us many times. He told us, don't build your house. And I'm paraphrasing. Don't build your house on a foundation of sand. It's not gonna last.
Exactly.
You just being at home all day, not doing nothing, making up every single excuse in the book why you can't do the work. Guess what? You're not being a leader. You're holding us back. That's exactly what you're not being a leader, talking bad about your brothers, talking bad about your sister. You're holding us back.
Right.
You're extra weight. That's all you are.
Yeah, wait.
God, I don't want. Let's continue. And it's like I gotta say that because like, man, we gotta get serious. It's like we're in the fourth quarter right now. We're in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. We're in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. Like, who's gonna make that play to get us out of here? I always tell myself this, man. Maybe it's. Hey, I've been wanting to say that right there. I've been wanting to say what Kai said.
Hey, the brother fly, man. Hey, the brother fly. You see that thing, that brother Kaya, man? He got.
This was about to be sold off, man. Trying to make everybody over here covetous over his coat, man.
You put that seed in Israel's head, man. They gonna be knocking it out.
I was thinking, this brother being over righteous over here. Hey, but that just shows you, man. Yashrala has a drip for days. You know what I'm saying? They just show you, man. Yashrala all day, man. I've been seeing. I love Yashrala because, every brother, every tribe has their own flavor, and it's just like, man, how can you tell us we are not the people? How can anybody say we are not the people? We don't even gotta read the Bible. Just look at us. We shine without even wanting to shine. So anyway, that's enough. I'm speaking for the whole nation. Kani, shalom to everybody joining us. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah. Kani, I want to continue with the book of because the book of Exodus 18 and 20, because you need wise teachers in this. You need wise teachers, and of course, brothers that can pick up the slack. When somebody's slacking, you need those brothers that can pick up that slack. So let's go to Exodus 18 and 20, Baba Kasha.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 18 and verse 20. And it reads, and thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shall show them the way therein they must walk, and the work that they must do.
So you gotta be teaching the people ordinances and laws. You gotta go out there and give them a sense, like the other one said earlier in the book of Nehemiah. You gotta teach them what is the way to walk.
Right.
When we go out there and teach, we're basically putting a flashlight to everybody walking in darkness. Like what was Adawan Yahweh doing to this demon Whack 100? He was literally giving him a light. That brother's walking in darkness. The way he talks, the way he treats people, he's looking for. I pray we all pray nothing bad happens to our brother because he is Israel. I pray nothing bad happens to him. He has a family. He has a father. He has a mother. He has uncles. He has cousins that love him. And we love him too because we love our Yashrala. We hope nothing bad happens to him. But the way he's going, he's walking into darkness. When you walk into darkness, anything could pop up. That's why we say when you walk in the dark in an alley, make sure you wear some safety glasses, man, because you never know what could happen.
It's real.
You know what I'm saying? That's what Adawan Yahweh always doing. Adawan Yahweh was trying to give him the light. Like, look, I'm giving you the torch so you can see, but Yashrala doesn't want it.
Hey,
go ahead, Adawan.
Salakia. And if you see, like, you can understand. You can see what's going on. You can see, because you know a man by his fruits, right? You know a righteous teacher by his fruits, right? So while Whack 100 was talking, right, his disciples, the people that was following him, was all unmuting. Hey, y'all got to get on the Patreon, man. Y'all got to see that conversation because y'all see what the caliber of man that quote unquote leader is, because he does have a following. He does have people that he leads. You see how they walk, they talk, and how they conduct themselves, and they conduct themselves like wild animals for real. right?
true.
Can't even have a cordial conversation with their own brother, right? You got to see that, right? And I'll yield on that. I'll drop it.
No, it's true. I don't want. Hey, but if Esau walks in with them fake small hats roll up, he's gonna be all nice and humble to them. Why? Because all he cares about is that money.
That's
You know,
real.
but as a leader, you got to be able to, and the work they must do. You got to give these people, you got to give these men work to do. You know, you as a leader, you already have all the work in the world. You got to be able to teach. Our elder, what he's trying to teach all of us to become better at is counseling. There's a lot you got to do as a leader, and we need more of that. You know what? I was looking at some statistics the other day. In United States, the whole Babylon, actually the whole world, but Babylon, because we know Babylon is the light of the world per se. That's why it's called Lucifer. The light bearer. Right now, Babylon holds on that title. But we see so much folly, so much crazy going out here. We see one thing that's growing is this pandemic with the fentanyl overdoses, all that kind of stuff. So guess what? You need people to go out there and teach how wicked that is, how to stay away from that, because that's something that was created by the devil, and I mean, you could say it's a good thing. Devils is attacking these devils in a big way. But it's also attacking our people. That's why we got to give men work to do. We got to have work to go out there and teach our people to be able to give them the healing they need, so they don't got to go to any of those wickedness. So I got one. Continue verse 21.
Hey, you're on mute, Darop. You're on mute, King.
Salaki. Exodus 18 and 21. It says, moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men.
Like it. I want to circle. I want you both to circle that, brothers and sisters, on the chat. Circle that in your Bible. Able men.
That's real.
These are men that are been taught. Men that have been elevated to teach. The Most High is not going to send them flunky out there just to go teach. Somebody that can't take correction. Somebody that can't get reproved. It has to be able men. Men that are ready to go out there and teach. Not a them excuse master. Not somebody that says my job comes first. I got to work. Or a sister that says, "Well, I can't put a dress on because I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the way it fits." We gotta be able to do this. We gotta be instructed and be well versed in this. Can I continue, other one?
Come. Able men such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and a place such over them, to be rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10.
Hey, that's heavy. I want another thing, you brothers and sisters, to really look at that. Rulers of 10,000s. Imagine this. Let's say we have our own. Let's say everybody's always talking about nation building. We got to build this nation. It'll be nice if we had our own land. Well, who in this chat is ready to just take over 1,000 people right now? You're the leader. Could you really?
Wow.
Are you really ready for that? Everybody talks about Israel doesn't have this. We're trying to build that, of course. We're all trying to become better. But who here in this chat is ready to take over? That's like, I'm gonna tell you one of the hardest jobs I've ever done in my life. One of the hardest jobs I've ever done in my life. I've worked with all kind of different sizes of machines, dangerous machines. I've driven up and down California. One of the hardest jobs I've ever had was being a supervisor. And I'm gonna say this: the reason why it's so hard to be a supervisor, and I'm pretty sure some of us are supervisors now, is because dealing with machines is easy. Machines don't have feelings.
Yeah.
People do. People have feelings. You're gonna be walking into, man. Props to Moses, man. Man. I wish I can be half the man, even that much of the man Moses was, to deal with Jake and Eve, man. Like, I think about it, he would. There's a reason why it says rulers of 50s and rulers of 10s, rulers of thousands. Moses was a ruler of thousands. Are we ready for that? We really got to think about that. You really to take over 1,000 people. Hey, check this out. Hey, I'm gonna say, Captain Micaiah, these 1,000 people are for you. I don't want the rock. These 10,000 men and women are for you. Take care of it. That's what you gotta be. Go ahead, Adawan.
Hey, Salaki. Hey, before I add to your point, I wanna answer the brother's question. The brother Lit Earl said, "What's the name of the video on the Patreon?" The name of the video on the Patreon we were talking about is Yahweh All versus WAC 100. Okay. And then the brother asked, also, do I have to get the $50 subscription, or can I do the $5 or $10 one? Hey, brother, you know, my subscription is not the $50 one there, brother. And I was able to watch the video, but I don't have the $5 to $10 one. Okay. So I'm not really sure about that. All right. On which tier you have to be to watch that video. Okay. I believe you have to be at least on the second tier. You know what I mean? I don't want to tell you, all right, no lie, but there is a snippet on social media platforms. I want to say it's on Instagram right now. All right, where you can get a snippet of that conversation. All right, I'm not sure if Adawan Yahweh is going to post that thing to the main channel after some time. Okay. All right, but getting back to the point, okay, of what Captain Yahweh All is talking about, okay. All right, he's talking about, okay, looking at our elders, all right, as an example from the Bible, looking at Moses, looking at Aaron, okay, looking at Joshua. This is key. The book of Deuteronomy 32:7 tells us to remember the days of old, right?
That's
Okay.
right.
Remember the years of many generations, right? Ask your fathers and they will tell you. Con, let's go to Hebrews 13:7 real quick. Let's go to the book of Hebrews chapter 13:7. Okay. This is key because how you deal with certain situations like the brothers bringing out, we get the examples from our forefathers. We get the examples from the prophets. We get the examples from the apostles. We get the examples from the Hamashiach. Okay. We get the examples on how to navigate through this thing from the Bible. Okay. Yes, we listen to our wise men, our elders in the nation. Okay. Our leaders in the nation. Okay. But where do they get that information from? From the Bible. Okay. Right. Read that. Give me Hebrews 13:7 real quick. And then, hey, Darak, go to 2nd Esdras 1:39.
From the book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 7. Remember them which have the rule over you, who have spoken unto you the word of God, whose faith follow.
That's right. So remember, okay, all right, who spoke unto you? All right, who spoke unto you? The prophets, all right, the apostles, the Hamashiach, whose faith followed. Okay, all of these men that we just mentioned had faith, to include the Hamashiach Yahushua.
That's
okay?
Right.
He had faith that the Father would not forsake him. Okay, all right. This thing, all right, must come to pass. All right, but you got to have faith and you got to endure this thing. How do you get that faith, and how do you get that willpower? You get it by following the examples of your forefathers. Were you going to go to 2nd Esdras 1:39, Captain Yaro?
The other one.
Hey, read that real quick.
Kind the one. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 1 and verse 39. Unto whom I will give for leaders Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Hosea, Amos, Micah, Joel, Abias, Jonas, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah,
right,
Haggai, Malachi, which is called also an angel of the Lord.
That's right, King. Okay, and the angel of the Lord means messenger, all right, of the Most High Power. All right, so if you look at these names, a lot of these brothers were gone. They were gone before Ezra's time. Okay, they were gone before Ezra's time. You may be looking at some prophets after Ezra's time. Okay, but that's getting a little deep. Okay, because we know that Ezra was able to see the beginning, and the end. Okay, you got to go to the book of 2nd Esdras chapter, 2nd Esdras 14 to get that understanding. Okay, all right, but look, we get our understanding, okay, from the scriptures, and our leaders that are here on earth today are the same spirits that were in the earth back then. One of these brothers teaching in the camps is Haggai. One of these Hosea, man. Okay, one of these brothers is Nahum. Okay, that's where we getting the understanding from. The spirits are back in the day, and he told us that we were going to get leaders again. We just read that. We just read that in the book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 20. Right. Your eyes are going to see your teachers. Con
another one.
Okay. All right. So I'm just referencing the fact that we get our example from the prophets, the apostles, and the Hamashiach Yahushua. All right. Go ahead, King.
So
Go ahead, other one.
Hey, it's just I want to use this as a teaching point as well, because I seen a comment and it's saying like a brother said, y'all might not like it, but I see a lot of man pleasing, right? A lot of man pleasing in camps, right? But I want him to understand that it's a whole dang, I forgot. It's inside. It's the last chapters of Sirach. The last 3, 4, 5 chapters of Sirach is literally going over. Sirach is going through all the men of the Lord and literally commending them all, right? Your elders and your prophets, man, they are worthy of double honors, man.
That's right.
Come on, you got to understand that you may be seeing it as man pleasing, but when you look at the brother, he asked Adam, "Hey, Adam, why you got something to drink?" Right?
That's
Man of the Lord is thirsty, man. He's teaching so hard, laboring for his people, and guess what you do? You helping him out.
That's right.
You assisting in that work, and then you commending them for being obedient to the Father. That's man? If that's man pleasing? Paul told me to do that.
I was about to get into that one. That's right.
If that's man pleasing, they ain't going grown men was following one another, man. Going back to Elijah and Elijah, man. Well, Elijah, man, I'm gonna get into the account of Elijah if I have to, but because y'all don't understand how Elijah started following Elijah. Some of y'all will call him a man pleaser, right? You gotta realize that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna say real quick. I went back to that comment real quick because I gotta bring this out. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he's right. Paul said, "Follow Christ, not man." That is correct. But when we get into the latter parts of the latter parts of the Bible, guess what? Paul has many letters. What was the whole point of those letters? You know, I'll give a quick summary. Was to fix the problems in those churches. So yes, you're saying those. Yes, I understand. Not every camp's perfect. Guess what, man? We're all carnal. We're all carnal, soul into sin. You know, all of us, me including. You want to put me on there? Hey, guess what? Y'all are all one of those brothers. That's cool with me. I'm trying to become better every day. You know, I follow Christ. Go ahead, other one.
Hey, so like real quick, King. Hey, because go to 1 Corinthians. Go to 1 Corinthians 11:1 because the brother said, Paul said, "Follow Christ, not man." Okay, now, hey, hold on now. Hey, we understand what you're saying. All right, but let's see what the scriptures actually say, King. Okay, let's see what the scriptures actually say. They're mad. Okay, we understand what you're saying, but what the Bible say?
This is the book, 1 Corinthians 11:1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Christ.
Paul said, "Be ye followers of me." All right, even as I am a follower of the Hamashiach Yahushua. Okay, so if brothers is walking in the law, statutes, and commandments, walking after the footsteps of Christ, all right, you should follow that man. Okay.
Right.
All right. And we got to understand that if brothers, okay, are walking in a righteous path, there's nothing wrong with following that man, King. Okay. Right. Go ahead, King. I don't want to keep stepping. Go ahead.
So it looks like the brother wants to get into some of the stuff, and check it out. We could answer that. You know, confounded. See what I'm talking? See what I'm saying? Like we have the lesson going on. This brother feels like, oh, you believe only one wife. You know, if you want to get into that, we could get into that. You could even get into Greek, you know, because you know, it's like Paul also taught, you know, a son shouldn't sleep with his father's wife. Is that talking about his mother? Or what wife is that talking about? You know, something to think about. You know, but it's all good. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, brother.
My man really had to change the subject for real.
Exactly. That's what it is.
Bro, we ain't even talking about that.
Spirit,
just stay tuned. Just stay tuned. When we have a Q&A class, we'll definitely answer questions. On Friday, if you want to call in and actually deal with the brethren, we can definitely deal with that for real. Straight change the subject. We was talking about you was claiming brothers was man pleasers, but we just showed that giving honor is biblical. Come on, brother.
Hey, but it's all good, brother. Hey, if you think that we pick and choose, hey, You could think whatever you want, King. We're just here to teach the Bible the best way we can, King.
That's right,
At the end of the day, you're still our brother. We're not out here condemning you or saying you're gonna be destroyed. I would never say anything like that to any brother. You said you got a congregation. I pray your congregation grows, mighty man, and I pray you become one of the best teachers in Israel, so man can follow your example and be as good teacher as you can, brother Matt. Be safe,
Right.
King. Like we said earlier, if you have any questions, King, go ahead and call our Friday class, and we'll answer any question you got, King. All right. Go ahead, one.
Hey, all praises, for the donation by Brother Solomon McFadden. Hey, we appreciate your generous donation there, King. All right, come and feast with us there, brother. Go ahead,
somebody, man. Con. And again, one more time, we love you, brother Matt. All right, stay for the lesson, King. The water. Let's continue. Let's continue with being a leader, because it's very important being a leader. It's very important to be a leader, because our people have to look up to somebody. Our whole life, we've been looking up to these rappers, these basketball players, these corrido singers. When it comes to Spanish music per se, we look up to these men. So guess what? We look up now. We're looking up to men that like me. I look up to Brother Hassad, the way he could pull up precepts. We got one like that in our camp. Captain is Araya. That brother will pull out 30 precepts in 1 minute.
That brother, a walking dog.
Walking Bible.
Go ahead.
Also, there's a lot of godly jealousies I have within Israel. Some of us could teach very good. Some of us could teach the sisters very good. Some of us could teach the young kids very good. When I see them, I'm like, man, I want to get to that level. I look up to the way that brother brings that out. I look up to the way that brother has his sister well adorned every single day. She wears a dress no matter what. I look up to stuff like that, because those brothers are good leaders that people listen to them because they're actually living their life. We just can't pick and choose and say, oh, that brother is not wearing the right fringes. That camp has this problem. Man, we're all trying to become better. We're not perfect. We're not perfect, but guess what? The law is perfect, and that's what we got to follow. That's why righteous men, leaders, got to teach this law. Got to be able to teach it on the spot. You can't run from a question. You gotta have works. You gotta have works. People actually gotta, like, if I click on anybody's name in the chat, let me see what works they got. They're talking big. Let me see what kind of works they got. You know what I'm saying? That's what we gotta look at. I like seeing works. I like seeing works because it motivates me to become better. It cuts me. God, hey, Deacon Zakari, that's a mighty, mighty brother right there. That's a mighty brother, man. Let's continue. Let's go to Proverbs 3 and 5.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 5. And it reads, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding.
So this is a classic scripture we always go to, right? But the reason I want to bring the scripture out is because as a leader, you got to trust in the Most High. You got to trust in the Most High and don't go to what you think, to what you see. Bring out a precept for it to help the brothers out, help the sisters out. Nothing in the Bible will fail. Don't ever lean on your understanding. See, well, I think this is going on. I think that's happening. As a leader, you're going to go talk to somebody. You're going to ask them, hey, what's wrong with you? You okay? I've been seeing you going off a little bit. I've been having this kind of problem. All right, let's go to scriptures and deal with that. Because the Most High has all the answers to everything. The Bible has the answers to everything. That's why I wanted to go to scripture. As a leader, you're supposed to lean on the Most High. Don't lean on your understanding. Don't lean on what you think is the truth. Don't lean on what you see. What do we say in the world? What's the famous saying we say in the world? The eyes are deceiving. You could be saying, man, that brother's probably that brother's on something because he's moving all crazy. He fidgets too much. That's right there. You're either deceiving you. For all you know, that brother probably has a problem. Probably has an illness or something. We don't know. How about you go ask him? Are you okay, brother? You need anything? No, don't be judging him. See, a leader does not do that. A leader does not just right away judge, brother. A leader does not just run to something he heard. How about you go ask that brother? Ask him, hey, is it true about this and that? Or you know what? I'm not a leader. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave my own understanding. The Most High has all the answers, and the Most High tells you you're supposed to look for this truth. Let's continue. You really have to take this position serious. This thing is, like I said, if you fall, guess what? The nation falls. Guess what? If the nation's messing up, guess what? You're messing up. We gotta see, like, when you see a brother going off, don't be happy like, oh man, I'm so happy that brother fell. I'm so happy that brother's going through those hard times. I'm so happy they got him on camera doing that. Now you're supposed to be sad within yourself, because guess what? That reflects on you, because you yourself an Israelite also. If you love your people, if you only love your little small circle, hey, that's up to you. You're not a leader of this nation. You cannot lead 1,000 people. You cannot be a captain of 1,000, a captain of 10,000. The elect are men that are going to be the government of Yashar Allah, the 144. Those are men that are going to be ruling everything under Yahushai. Now, why is only, and think about it, this world has about 8 billion people. And we know Israel scattered like the sand of the sea. So when you think about it, 144 is not really that much people. It's not, compared to how much people live in this world. We know Israelites, there's billions of Israelites out there. We know that for a fact, because we're scattered everywhere. But think about it, only 144. Those 144 are going to govern a lot of people. But there's a reason why.
Teach out.
Because they're going to be able to govern the people. So it is possible for one person to go ahead and be the judge over 1,000 people. But you got to be a righteous judge. What does Yahushua say also? Don't be quick to toss somebody about the smoke in their eye when you got a smoke this big in your eye. A real leader is going to take his out and be like, hey, I'm going to help you how to take the smoke out of your eye. Because I already took mine out. This is how I took mine out. Don't even be pointing fingers like, oh, look at you. You out there being wicked, going to parties, going to clubs, being around women, showing too much skin. Like, you could probably talk about, hey, you stay away from it because there's people looking up to you. But then at the end of the day, you can't help what's among you, what's around you. You can't help it. We're in Babylon the Great. No matter where you look and turn, there's wickedness everywhere. You really got to take this serious. Let's go to 1 Peter 4:17.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, and verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God?
This scripture is so important. That's why I said you got to take this very serious, because judgment is going to start with us first. Us that are concept Israelites, us that are going out there and telling people, I'm an Israelite, I'm part of this school, I'm part of this congregation. Guess what? If you're not doing this the right way, it's going to start with you. You're going to be the first one to get that so-called hellfire that's going to come and overtake this damn wicked place. So of course we know the heathen's going to get it, but guess what? Peter's telling us it's going to start with you. It's going to start with you first. That's how serious you got to take it. When you see your brother going off, guess what? If you don't tell your brother he's going off or they're going off, guess what? It's up to you. Isn't that we're supposed to go out there and teach and cry out loud? Because if not, guess what? The blood is in your hands. So you're gonna be going off. The latter part of that scripture says, if we know it's gonna be bad for us, that's why it's good for us to go out there and teach our people. What do you think is gonna be for the ones that don't believe?
Right.
As a leader, you're supposed to say, like, man, I don't want my people to go through that. I don't want the men under me to go through that. I do not want that, because it's not gonna be pretty. Right now, of course, we're still comfortable. We barely ate dinner. We ate our good. We were drinking some brothers and sisters probably drinking a little bit small drink before bedtime. We're still pretty comfortable. But guess what? Any day now could happen. Any second now, Yahweh should crack the sky. He's gonna come like a thief in the night. I said it before, a thief is nothing nice. If a thief walks into your house right now and steals everything, it sucks because you didn't expect it. He came at a time when you're broke as hell, you ain't got no money, you don't know what you're gonna do now. That's what a thief does. A thief just gets you when you least expect it. When you least expect it, when you least wanted it to happen, that's how your house is gonna return. As a leader, you gotta be ready for that. One thing our elder tells us, ain't nothing better than Yahweh shall come when we're teaching the Bible. That's beautiful, right? That's what you gotta make. You gotta do the work. Because imagine Yahweh cracks the sky and you're doing the work that he was doing, which is teaching the Bible, feeding the sheep as he commanded you.
Exactly. That's real.
Let's go to 2 Timothy 2:2.
It's the book of 2 Timothy. 2 Timothy He 2:2. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, also shall be able to teach others also.
So Paul's saying the things that you have heard from me, you're supposed to go out there and give to the other men. That means the thing that we have learned, we're supposed to go out there and give it to faithful men, men that really want to learn. Not men that get mad, simple,
Yeah.
men that get into feelings all quick. No, faithful men. Faithful men that have hope. You know, you as a teacher, you as a teacher, as a leader, men gotta look up to you like, man, I trust this brother. I trust this brother. Somebody comes up to me with this kind of scoff. I ask them, hey man, like it's like us, you know, there's not too much camps to do this, you know, but it's because they got their own ways of doing things, but they still bring out the truth, you know. But one thing about SOT, we answer every and any question, you know. So any scoff you got, you know, to this day, I'm hearing scoffs that I'm like, man, how do I answer that? But I'm a faithful student to the leadership of my camp. I could go up to him, hey, I had to scoff, man, in the book of Amos, chapter 9, the Most High calling the Edomites his people. That confounded me. But guess what? I have faith that I'm gonna go to my leaders and ask them, hey, what does that say? Oh, check this out, and they break it down for you. So what? So when that question comes to me, I could go out there and teach others also, so they can teach that.
Right.
Because you know, of course, the brother, you know, like the brother, he said confounded, like we never read that before, like we never taught any of that before. Like, nah, man, you know, I would never confound it. I'll be honest if I say, you know what, I don't got the answer for it. A leader is not gonna be proud. I'm not gonna be full of pride and be like, man, get out of here. You know what you're talking about. You're gonna be destroyed anyways.
Right.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say like, hey, brother, I don't know what that says. I'm gonna find out though. I have faith that my leadership has an answer to that. You know, that's why we welcome everybody in this chat, anybody that watches the video after this, to call in every Sabbath, every Friday, of course, every Friday at 8:30. Hear our lesson. Then the lesson, we answer every and every question, you know, if time gives us a chance.
Hey, Salah,
Go ahead.
I respect the brother Kaya's comment right here. And the best part about it is if we don't know, we seek it together. Okay. That's one thing about us. We don't know everything, man. Hey, I've heard my elder, I say that on several occasions. I don't know everything. Okay. All right. But a brother to the right or a brother to the left may have the answer. Okay. Right. You know, we don't know everything, but we're going to search the answer out for you. Okay, brothers can't be, you know, prideful in that thing. Okay, you're not gonna know everything, and some things are too high for us. Okay, some things are too high for us right now. All right, we won't get that knowledge and understanding until the Hamashiach Yahushua grants us that. All right, but go ahead, King.
Another one. You know, I was thinking about this today also when the brother said other camps curse too much. You know, I'm gonna say this about SOT. One thing about SOT, they taught me this. You know, I'm gonna say this. How much times have you guys ever heard me? That's even you guys even watched all the lessons I've taught, you know, or any of us use the F-bomb on this channel. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I use the F-bomb almost every sentence I say when I'm just talking regular on the world. But this camp has taught me when you teach, don't be teaching like that. Am I saying the brothers that use foul language are wrong? Hey, nothing wrong with that. But of course, it depends how you bring it out. And most brothers bring it out just because they're trying to make a point, or guess what? It's just part of their vocabulary. You know, they're not doing it to offend people. But you know, one thing about SOT that you know I was taught with, like I said earlier, if you hear me talking in the street, we're talking about cars. You're gonna hear the F-bomb and the SHI. You're gonna be hearing all those words. But I was taught to like, hey, do you know, not like I said, nothing wrong with those brothers saying that, but I was taught to like, hey, when you teach, try to use those words as less as you can. If they come out, they come out. You know, we're not perfect. We're trying to be perfect as the law is perfect. You know, but that's why, you know, that's mighty, because in this camp I was taught, like, it's crazy because I still can't believe that I could sit here for an hour and some change and not use the F-bomb once. You know, it's amazing. And I was taught that by great men. They taught me how to watch that.
Right.
Let's continue. I want to go to and another thing too about being a leader, being in this truth, you really got enduring is something very important. You know, we always go to Yahushua teaching how enduring is very important. As a leader, you really got to endure, man. It's not easy. You know, I've seen myself as a damn picture of video of somebody, you know, and that right there, it makes me kind of upset. At the same time, part of the enduring process. This try and fire. You know, so enduring is very important. Let's go to the book of 1 Peter 5:3.
Fuck you.
Little AI, and you got it up.
I keep slipping.
First Peter chapter 5 and verse 3. Neither as being lords over God's heritage, but being examples to the flock.
Con. So we're supposed to be examples to the flock. I want to stick to that part, be an example to the flock. You know, there's people that look up to us. You know, like the brother said earlier, we're supposed to follow Christ. Of course, we're supposed to follow Christ. But guess what? Christ said apostles to teach the men, because Christ said, "Hey, the bridegroom is not gonna be with you guys forever. You guys are gonna have to fast. You guys are gonna have to go out there and teach, because I'm not gonna be with you guys forever. I'm gonna give you the blueprint for everything, but you're supposed to go out there and teach. So we're supposed to be the example to the flock. What's the flock? What did he tell John? What did he tell Peter? If you love me, feed my sheep. Go out there and be the example. Go out there and teach them. So we're supposed to be the example to the flock. So of course, we have hard times. Guess what? As a leader, from what I've been seeing, leaders sometimes they don't even show their emotions. Sometimes I look at some of these leaders in these camps, and they're going through so much heat from other brothers in the truth, from the them apologists, from the them just scoffers to the 10th power. And I ask myself, man, how do you still keep that straight face and teach that way? And then when I read scripture like this, I see, you know why? He's being an example to me. You're supposed to endure all that. And I would say, man, that's mighty right there. You know, that right there, like I said earlier, this Bible comes to life. You start painting this Bible out for somebody, and these Bibles literally paint that Bible. Those brothers, how they keep that straight face and still teach a 2-3 hour lesson. You know, it's like the mighty, the mighty Bishop Nathaniel from the IUIC. You know how they slander him like no other.
Right.
A lot of people slander, but they slander Bishop Nathaniel like no other. And he still goes out there and gives you a 4-hour lesson that hits about 60 to 70,000 views.
Right.
And somebody sees them, they'll be like, oh, it's because Esau bought him out, this and that, whatever. Okay, cool story. You know, but I was like, man, that's an example right there, because he don't let none of that stuff phase him. He still has to feed his sheep.
Mm-hmm. Hey, the elder Bishop Nathaniel, he's enduring. Hey, this is key, man. I'm loving this lesson that the captain is bringing out, man. Okay, if I can speak a little bit on enduring, man, I'm pretty sure you're gonna go to Sirach 2. Okay,
bring it out.
Hey, let's go to Sirach 2:1 real quick, okay, let's go to Sirach 2:1. Okay, all right, because this right here is key. It's key. It's very key. All right, and somebody else get me James chapter 1. James chapter 1, I believe, verse 11. Okay,
I got 21 out of
read Sirach.
It's Sirach chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Hey, when you come to serve the Lord, you better prepare your soul for temptation, okay? Oh, you found out you was an Israelite, all right? It don't get easy when you come into this truth, all right? Now you got to get tried as gold is tried in the fire. And we only in the beginning stages right now, okay? We ain't being purified, okay? It's going to get tough. All right, you're gonna get tried, and when you overcome one obstacle, that's one thing I had to learn in this thing, man. All right, when I came into this truth, I had a bad habit, man. I was smoking, man. Okay, all right. When I put that thing down and overcame that obstacle, man, I got hit with Satan came at me, all right, with another approach. All right, got over that hump. Satan came at me, all right, with another approach, and it's gonna continue to happen, man. You can't get away, Jay. You can't get away, Eve. That's how this thing works. You have to keep enduring, all right? And when he speaks of the elder Bishop Nathaniel from IUIC, I hear all types of slander going on about that brother. But he and his men keep enduring. They're not stopping, man. Okay? That train is continuing to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And all praise to the Most High. Bashima Mashiach. Okay? Hey, get that real quick. Hey, continue to read in Sirach chapter 2.
Another one. Verse 2. Set thy heart aright.
Uh-huh.
And constantly endure.
have to set your mind, okay, all right, and constantly endure. You have to fight off the wiles of Satan. Okay. You have to stay on the straight and narrow path, man. Stay girded up in these scriptures. All right, read on.
And make not haste in time of trouble.
Hey, you can't make haste in the time of trouble. You have to be diligent. Okay, you have to be circumspect in the time of trouble, but mainly you have to have faith.
That's real. That's real.
Your faith gets stronger in this thing. Okay, find out. Okay, that we're Israelites. We start learning some scriptures, man. We start attending feast days here and there. We got fringes on our clothes, but faith is the hardest thing. All right, to doggone to gather. We're not out here healing brothers and sisters, man, like the apostles was doing. We're not doing that thing yet. Faith is the hardest thing to gather, man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Continue to read.
Count out 1. Cleave unto him
And
depart not away.
read.
And thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
All right, that you may be increased at your last end. You have to cleave unto the most high power. Okay. All right. Hey, give me that in James. It's 12. It's verse 12. 1 and 12.
It's the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 12. It says, blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
Hey, the scriptures say, blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
Yeah,
Because you continue to be tempted in this thing, man. It's your trial. You don't get to get away. You broke the law, statutes, and commandments. The Most High is not playing with you.
right.
You don't get to get away. All right? You have to continue to get tried. Read.
It reads, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to him, to them that love him. So
All right? When you're tried, okay, and you overcome these obstacles, okay, you will receive the crown of life. Okay, and who wears crowns? Leaders.
it's right. It's
Okay?
right.
Leaders.
That's
All
right.
right? Crowns. That's the purpose of the crown, man, so you can be in rulership, huh?
Right. Con.
Okay. I'm not gonna go too much further into this thing, man. I don't want to step on the brother's toes, but go ahead, King.
No, you're good out of 1. You're good out of 1.
Salakia. Con, Salakia. I got a quick point. Because we just read in Sirach 10, 1 through 2, right? How the leader is, his people is going to be also. So you being a leader, you understand the mindset, Salakia. You being a leader, you understand that the way you go and the way you go, the people that's looking up to you, the people that love your leadership and love you as a person, the people that respect you, they're gonna follow you, right? They're gonna follow the way that you go. So you understanding that endurance to the end is what I need to keep this people enduring to the end. Now they see you going, dang, he's going through this. He's going through this. He's going through this, and he's still pushing. Oh, let's keep working. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Are you seeing that? Oh, keeping the commandments and the faith, and you actually believe in this thing? Now your people behind you, let's get to work. You see what I'm saying? Now they girding up.
Right.
And you that's a mind of a leader, understanding that I affect these people. They watching me. All right. How you?
Oh, that's right. Hey, I want to go to scripture where Yahweh said what you have said. Let's go to Mark chapter 10, verse 44 through 45.
Right. This is Mark. Salakia. No. Salakia. This is Mark. This is Mark chapter 10 and verse 44. And it reads, Salakia, and whosoever of you will be the chiefest shall be the servant of all.
Salakia, Yahweh just telling you, and whosoever of you should be the top guy, guess what? You're still the servant of all. You still got to please all them. It's not easy being a leader because you're the one, you got to please all these people. As being a leader, you got to be constantly teaching. I've been seeing the elder of the camp. He teaches on Clubhouse. He teaches at camp. He teaches a Sabbath lesson every single week because he is a servant to all. And me saying that is like, some people might say that's disrespectful. You're saying your elder's a servant. Because look what Yahweh said. Continue reading out of 1.
Come. Verse 45. For even the Son of Man came not to to Salakia. For even the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister, and to give his life a ransom for many.
Look, even Yahushua, he didn't come to be giving praises and be put on a throne. He came out here to teach. He's the leader, and he came out here to minister to people, to give his life for many. As a leader, you got to be ready to give your life. What does that mean? Does that mean you got to go out there and get crucified as Yahushua did? Well, of course, he says walk your cross. What does that mean? You got to walk your burden. You got to go out there and actually teach this truth. Your life is not yours anymore. Your life is the people's. You got to be ready to give this life for Yashar Allah, for the kingdom, because you are the kingdom if you want it. As a leader, you cannot be worried about, like, some people were saying, oh, men being praised. Maybe that's what some people think. But guess what? Those men as leaders, guess what? The government's watching them. Everybody's hoping that leader falls. I heard Priest Danny Aller say this one time. Priest Danny Aller, mighty elder, man. I love that elder, Priest Danny Aller. And he said, the reason you see so much camps so strong and still continuing in this truth is because they got a strong leadership. As long as the strong leadership is still up there, guess what? That camp ain't going nowhere. No matter how much videos you make, no matter how much damn Facebook posts you make, how much subliminals you throw, as long as the leader is still up there, you're not going to take that camp away nowhere from this earth. So that's another question I got, So us that we're not leaders under this leadership, if that leader's not there no more, could we pick up that slack? Because Yahushua was teaching that. Hey, you guys got to be leaders now because, hey, guess what? I came to minister for you guys. I'm going to give my life for all you guys. Now, when I'm gone, are you guys going to pick it up? Don't we go to our brother Paul a lot? Don't we go to our brother James a lot? Don't we go to our brother John a lot? It just shows they picked up that slack, and that's got to be us also. Because Yahushua said, now you got to be servants to many. That means you got to go out there and teach. Teach people that don't even give two F's of what you got to say. But kind of, Yashala, I'm going to try to finish this up, Yashala. Let's go to Proverbs 16:7.
So, like, you call it again?
Proverbs 16:7.
I got it, King. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, and verse 7. And it reads, when a man's ways please Yahweh, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. God.
How much times you haven't seen, you got to think of that. That's mighty. Even your enemies are at peace. How much, so-called Edomites, so-called other nations come up to a camp and say, we like what you guys teach. What you guys are saying is true. How much people don't agree with the Hebrew Israelites? A lot of people agree with the Hebrew Israelites. Why? Because what does it say? When a man ways please Yahweh, when you're out there teaching, keeping the commandments to the best of your ability, guess what? The other nations see that. That's basically saying you keeping the ways of Yahweh, you're being a light to these Gentiles. That's what the heathens are looking at you and saying, man, look at these people, man. How is it these men out there in the middle of Atlanta, in the middle of Alabama, are holding posts? All they have is Bibles in their hands. The man in the middle is teaching. That's mighty. You think those heathens don't look and say, I wish my kids would listen that good. My kids can't even sit down and eat dinner with me no more. They got to go take it to the room now. It shows how mighty even the enemies be at peace because they look at that. They like seeing that. And let's go to Proverbs 20. We're going to stick to Proverbs a little bit. Proverbs 22 and 29.
All right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 29. Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men.
So seeing a man diligent in his business, a man staying diligent in his work, and him being a scholar, he shall stand before kings.
Right.
Aren't we the kings? But even other people are going to be seeing a man that's staying diligent, that's staying diligent doing his work.
Right.
Other so-called other great men from other nations are going to come and say, man, I want to debate this guy. I want to talk to this guy. You had these so-called, and I say kings because the kings is just the leader of those people, the ones representing them.
Right.
You seen that in Clubhouse when there was that big Kanye and Kyrie thing going on. Guess what? They wanted to talk to the elders of Yasharala.
Mm-hmm.
And what does it say right there? He shall not stand before mean men. What does mean mean? What does that mean? Somebody's not doing the work.
Mm.
That word means insignificant, low, lazy.
Right.
Nobody wants to be a low, lazy person.
Right.
Somebody that's a nobody. You're saying you're an Israelite. You're saying you're part of something, but you ain't doing the work. Ain't nobody trying to be next to you. Nobody's taking you serious.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking like that's me because hey, I could be that mean person. There's always room to improve.
That's real.
That's what I'm bringing up. But there's men that hey, when I hear them talk, hey, I want to hear what they're saying. That's why I love hearing lessons from the elders because I want to stay in the doorstep and hear every word they say because they're giving you wisdom and they're helping you become better. Let's go to Proverbs 4:23. We're almost done, Yashrala.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 23. And it reads, "Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life."
So what does that mean? Keep your heart with all diligence. That means keep your mind with all. Continue doing this work. Continue doing this work. Keep your mind in doing this work. For out of it are the issues of life. That's how life comes out of you. People see that. You're basically giving life. It comes out of you. What does it say again? For out of it are the issues of life, are the springs of life. I looked it up in other translations. Is the springs of life, the thoughts, the thoughts that will run your life. You stay diligent in this truth. You give diligence to your mind by keep on doing this work, keep on learning, not getting all lazy or sluggard and saying, man, I already heard this lesson, I already heard these precepts. You gotta remember all that. If you know these scriptures so much, then why don't you go teach out there? You don't even need a Bible no more. But guess what? What does it say? What does how should I say? Maybe not how should I? Out of you comes out, rivers of flowing water.
Right.
Mm.
Those are issues of life coming out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I got so much I don't want. Let's go, real quick. And as leader, you cannot be these. Go to real quick. I want to go to Proverbs 19 and 15.
I don't know. This is the book Proverbs, chapter 19 and verse 15. It says, "Slothfulness casteth unto a deep sleep, and a idle soul shall suffer hunger."
So being lazy, guess what? Being lazy, you're gonna go into a deep sleep.
Yeah.
Being a leader that's lazy, that don't want to do no work, even though, like I said, especially every male that knows in this truth, sisters too. If you're not being the example, if you're not teaching what you're supposed to teach according to what the Most High gives you, because all of us have a portion of how we teach.
Mm-hmm.
If you just don't teach nothing, you don't become that leader you're supposed to be. Guess what? You're gonna go to sleep. An idle, and remember, it doesn't say an idle belly, an idle soul shall suffer hunger.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people are depressed.
Yeah.
That's why you're having some Israelites that are depressed in this truth. Some Israelites that are going through bad times because they're being slothful. Their soul is hungry. But what did we read earlier in Proverbs? If you give diligence to this life, the issues of life come out.
That's right.
But you're not staying diligent in this. You're being a lazy leader. So guess what? If you're being a lazy leader, guess what? The people around you are gonna be lazy followers also.
Exactly.
And like I said earlier, and you guys are the ones holding us back from gaining this kingdom. We're gonna get two more out of one, and we should be done. Go to Ecclesiastes 10 and 18.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 18. By much slothfulness the building decayeth, and through idleness of hands the house droppeth through.
So like I said earlier, if you build your house on sand, guess what? It's gonna fall through. This is the same thing that this scripture is saying. Through idleness, the house drops through. So guess what? By you being a lazy leader, by you not even wanting to be a leader,
Yeah.
guess what? That house is gonna fall through. because you're being
Right
slothful.
on.
You must stay diligent in your truth. You may be growing weak in this truth. You're not wanting to read no more because you don't even got time to read a chapter in the Bible no more. You give Esau all the time in the world, but you're not gonna give the Most High no time. You
Mm.
say you say you hate this place. You say you hate the way life is going for us, of course, in this captivity.
Yeah.
Why don't we do the work and get out of it? It's that
Yeah.
easy. It's that easy. The kingdom is within you if you want it.
Right on.
That's easy. Yahweh gives the blueprint to all this. One more scripture out of one, and we'll be done out of one. Let's go to Galatians 6 and 9.
So like you real fast,
Go ahead, out of
why
one.
you get that? Because in a situation where a person can be building, like, okay, let's say they building stuff for themselves, or they building wealth for their own self, right? And you see that in different people of the world, and they're building, they'll manage a person that's out here promoting all type of wickedness, right? Let's say they promote a rapper, right? They increasing riches for themselves, but what they're doing is destroying their community right there, right?
Right.
The mindset a leader should have is to build up his community, right?
Mm.
He should be selfless at that point. His rest is gonna come when the kingdom is built up. His rest is gonna come when the kingdom is lifted up on high above all the nations of the earth. Then that leader is gonna rest, right? But if he then building up his riches, building up his portfolio in Babylon the Great, right? Look at this building for his community. Is them
Right.
it's dropping, right? His people is in the dust, homeless, poor, killing each other, selling drugs, strung out, mad. You see what I'm saying? Because he put forth his energy for himself, not for his community. Realizing that him putting forth his energy for his community is right. That right there is storing up riches in the kingdom of heaven, man. Right? I get.
Count out of one. That's right, out of one. That's right. And my last scriptures and going to all that you said. I wanted somebody brought that out.
Oh, praise.
You know, because I've always looked up to these leaders. You know, like Elder Priest of Bach. You know, I don't want I don't want Elder Priest. You know, what's the name? Terah from HY also. You know, Tazari, General Hana. You know, the leaders of GMS, the leaders of IUIC, and these elders have been in the truth for many years. Sometimes I tell myself, like, man, I shouldn't be all happy saying that, the kingdom might come tomorrow. They've been staying diligent, going through so much damn trials and tribulations, and they're still in this truth teaching.
That's right.
You can see pictures of these leaders, with nice black hair, and now they all got nothing but white hair, straight woolly hair.
That's right.
And the next scripture we read goes into all that. Even Elder Yahweh on in this camp. This elder, when we start seeing him teaching out there with the man, I can see my other one on there. I gotta say Shalom.
He's speaking to this hoary head man.
That's right. Shalom other one. Yakum ya. How about you? You see you out of one. You see you out of one.
Shalom, King.
But going back to like seeing the elder Yahweh of this camp, we see him out there reading for Priest of Bach, and now you see him, it's like you see him, so you can start seeing the gray hair on him. They're staying diligent, that's what happens. It comes with all this. All that comes with this truth. You got to go through so much. You got to go through people talking bad about you, people putting dirt on your name, people making videos about you.
Right.
I'm like, that stuff makes you carnal, but they don't get carnal. Of course, some might say, some slick stuff once in a while, and I understand them. Hey, we're still trapped in this. We're still trapped in this damn flesh. That the book of Jude tells us in Jude. I think Jude 1-6. But let's get the Galatians 6 and 9 real quick. I don't want.
All right, this is the book of Galatians, chapter 6 and verse 9, and it reads, "And let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap, if we faint not."
That right there is the blueprint on how to continue doing this work. Don't grow weak in this truth. No matter what happens, don't grow weak in this truth. Don't go weak of being a leader. Don't wake up one day and tell yourself, I can't do this no more. I'm out. I cannot lead this nation no more. I'm just gonna be an individual light and do my own thing. Look, in due season, it's coming. We see the beautiful thing about being an Israelite is that we know the ending to this bad story. We know the beginning of this beautiful story that's coming up. That's the beautiful thing about being an Israelite, but we can't worry not. We can't faint not. We cannot be weak. It's like Yahweh always brings out that Yahweh taught in the book of I want to say Luke chapter 18, that widow, she did not grow weary. She went and bothered that judge day in and day out till she got her judgment.
Right.
That's why us as leaders, we got to continue to go out there day in and day out and teach our people so we can
That's right.
finally get our judgment. Does not grow weary in this, Charlotte. That's my lesson. The Water family.
Call praises.
All praise. It's an excellent lesson, brother.
Hey, the Water, I want you.
Hey, King. Hey, can you pull up the video? Hey, I want to bring out a quick precept too, man. Just one precept. Hey, we love you too, there, King. Hey, the brother Captain Jacob. Hey, the brother was kind of on cue with his. He was kind of on cue with his comment, man. We talking about the hoary head, man. Okay. Hey, I'll get on that brother later, man. Hey, but let's go to James chapter 3 real quick. One precept, Captain.
Now bring it out. Bring it out.
James chapter 3. Okay, because this is very essential, man. And we were talking about it early in the lesson. Okay, brothers being hasty. Okay, being hasty to be the man. Brothers being hasty, to be leaders, man. Okay, give me that. James chapter 3. All right, in verse 1. Read that real quick.
James 3:1. My brethren, be not many masters.
I said, when the scripture says be not many masters, it's telling you, man, all right, it's telling you don't be in a rush to be a teacher. Okay, if it's not meant for you, all right, to teach, all right, you ain't got to teach. Okay,
that's right.
You don't have to be a teacher. Okay, you know what I mean? In this truth, all right, there's many offices. Okay, right. There's many offices, man. You bring your talents to the table. Okay, and you do what the Most High has for you. Con. Okay. Read that again, King.
Con. James 3:1. My brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation.
Knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation.
That's real.
Hey, the Most High is going to judge his teachers more harsh. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna deal with us a little bit deeply because we're the ones instructing the sheep, man. Right. Okay, we're leading the flocks. All right, and if we're going off, that could be a bad thing. We don't want that rope, all right, wrapped around our nest and being cast, okay, into the lake of fire like it's a millstone, a great millstone, Con.
That's real, Con.
You don't want that thing. You feel me? So we got. Okay, continue to read,
Con, verse 2. For in many things we offend all.
For in many things we offend all because we don't know it all. Okay? We don't know it all. We gotta be careful, man. I know what you doggone signing up for, man. If you want to be a teacher, man.
That's right.
All right. Continue to read, King.
Con, it says, if any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man.
All right, so if a man is not offended, all right, in word, he becomes a perfect man. That means the man is walking, all right, strictly in the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Okay, and he falls not. All right, read.
And able also to bridle the whole body.
Hey, this means that a man has discipline, man. He has control over his spirit. Okay, and this right here is the example that we're looking. All right, to be right here. Okay, we want to be perfect as our Father in heaven is perfect. We want to be perfect. All right, as Mashiach Yahweh Shai, man. We want to become a leader as such. Con, I just want to bring that out, man, to tap onto the thing. All right, but hey, it's an excellent lesson, King. Hey, go ahead. All right, we got the video. All right. Got the video right here.
Call your family, call your friends. It's time to play the game, the truth of Yah. Learning the Bible has never been more engaging. The game that's guaranteed to increase your biblical knowledge, renew minds, and save lives. Grab your Bible and don't forget your Apocrypha. Loads of fun for everyone. The Truth of Yah board game helps build up the poor in spirit, build character, gain wisdom, show what you know or find out what you didn't know. Gain confidence. Line upon line, precept upon precept, make the Truth of Yah a part of your home today. Come on, what are you waiting for? Join the fun today.
God, www.thetruthofyah.com. Okay, go and get your game.
Family.
All right, go and get your game so you can sharpen your sword, Con. All right,
Right.
that's out of here, King.
Kind of again, I want to say the water to everybody that joined us tonight. Write these pieces down, give them out to your beloved, loved ones. Your young ones. Teach them. How to be a leader. So we can get out of this. We can get out of this damn wicked state that we're living in now. Again, I want to thank all of you guys, but first and foremost, let's give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. We are the sons of thunder Israelites. It is our hope, prayer, and desire that all Israel be saved. Shalom.
Shalom.